Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed, because there's always a bajillion things happening in the cryptocurrency space, so you gotta cover it sometimes. As always, a very easy way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up. I'm screaming into my own ear. Gotta lower this. That sounds so much better. Is by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, by leaving 2 comments, by telling me what you're having for breakfast, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. I don't know why I always forget that last part. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. The cryptocurrency market has completely lost its mind once again, as we've seen other times in the past. However, the cryptocurrency market has begun to recover. It says $100 billion as Bitcoin has reclaimed 62,000 US dollars. The news was that the entire market was going down for some reason and Dogecoin was going up. 2 things. One thing, I'm like, 2? The news that we had yesterday was that it was because of the ban in Turkey. As far as I can tell from looking around, the ban appears to be the use of crypto as a form of payment, not the actual ownership of cryptocurrencies, which would also mimic many of the other countries who've also had a difficult time accepting the fact that they don't create Bitcoin. This is just from what I can tell, reading English news outlets, if you will. The other part, and I'm not sure if this explicitly had to do with it, but kind of sure why not at this point. A lot of people were saying, I believe there were landslides in China. I'm not sure how true that is. There was something about people were cutting off their machines because of risk of loss or something like that, and therefore there was a hash rate drop, and therefore the hash rate drop was so significant that therefore people had to shut off their machines, and therefore it seemed bearish for Bitcoin. It could be a bajillion things at this point, just to be completely honest. On top of that, you might have seen it. I definitely seen it, and it made me a little annoyed. It says Dogecoin flipped XR. So this is one thing. It says Dogecoin flips XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin on Google. You can usually tell a coin's price or an indication of where that coin's price is going to go by the amount of search results or people searching for it on Google. We've seen this many other times before. There's usually like a buildup of people searching for the word Bitcoin, and then like 12 hours later, Bitcoin's price completely goes insane, and this happened for Dogecoin. It became the most popularly searched cryptocurrency on the entire planet. Not sure if that's still going on, but I have a strange feeling, you know, the search results haven't really dipped by that much. What is this one? Yeah, so it says Dogecoin pumps by 200% to become the 5th largest crypto, and no one knows why. You can assume that it was the things that we spoke about yesterday. I really do just assume that it had to do with the Wall Street bets people. Basically figuring out a way to be like, hey, let's pump this to infinity, because it worked. I think they got it to like 44, 45 cents or something like that, which is completely insane because the coin was half a penny just a couple of months ago. So yeah, Dogecoin became the number 5 coin, passed by a whole bunch of other coins. I don't have it in this video. Many people were not too happy. I was annoyed because it is a meme coin. Like it was created. I think the guy's name is Jackson Palmer. I don't know the guy's name, the guy who created it. And he mentioned many times before, he's like, yeah, it's a joke. I made it as a joke. No one's using it. No one's actively developing on it and all these other things. So to see like, I dare not use real coins, but you get what I'm saying. Being passed by a joke is a little annoying. I got a lot of messages from friends asking me like, what's going on? Should I be investing in Dogecoin? And then having to like basically tell them like, no, it's a joke. It's, you know, because everybody wants to make these, I mean, not even impressive gains. It was kind of like, what is wrong with the world kind of gains, if you want to look at it that way. So then this is an original article that popped up. Once again, news I missed, because it is news I missed. It says, and the best performing cryptocurrency of the past year is Cardano, with an incredible 3,290% return. I think you can see where this is going, because just a couple of days later, and it is once again the weirdest thing in the entire world, It says Dogecoin market cap soars as token nears $0.50. Dogecoin price has climbed 18,299% in just 12 months. So there's always a lot happening in our space. I think a lot of it is kind of unpredictable. I did assume for a while that over the course of years, Dogecoin would move up in price as it was, it's definitely a legacy coin. There are a lot of people who do like it. There are a lot of people who are trading it and moving stuff around. But I did not think it would completely move past, like there's nothing happening on it. And even as I say it, I had a chill because I have a very strange feeling you are definitely probably going to, I give it a month. A good month. I'm sure people behind the scenes are probably going to start announcing that you can have NFTs on top of Dogecoin and smart contracts and all these other things to try and match the other platforms. And yeah, I don't know if it has it somewhere inside here as well. I think that the transaction fees on Doge, it's one of those like, you're doing too well, I'm going to make sure to drag you down into the mud kind of thing. A lot of articles, now listen, once again, it is a meme coin, but sure, why not? A lot of articles are talking about how the transaction fees have risen on Dogecoin and they're no longer 1 cent. Now they are 44 cents, and that's the exact same cost as 1 Doge, and should you still be using it? And it's like, I'm going to move on from this just because, you know, I can rant and rave for a long time, but it's just very, very weird that you have so many other projects that are actually doing stuff and those aren't the ones that are being pumped. But I mean, then it's also a lot easier as a community to pump a coin that has no support because you are able to then buy up massive amounts and set in these buy orders that will manipulate the price to go higher. Anyway, until we get actual news that Dallas Mavericks guy or Elon Musk bought $1 billion worth of Dogecoin or plan on integrating it into their Tesla cars or into the basketballs that they're bouncing, whatever, then, you know, it's still a joke. But I have a strange feeling that jokes sometimes become serious because people have nothing better to do with their time. So that's all the price news, if I'm not mistaken. It's nonsense. It's just complete nonsense. 18,000%. Can you imagine? No, I'm not. Can you imagine if during the course of the last year when we saw and are seeing the world's economy collapse and all these countries started mining Bitcoin and governments buying Bitcoin and banks buying Bitcoin and all the ETFs and ETNs and ETPs and all the companies buying up more Bitcoin every day. If Bitcoin had gone up by 18,000% because, you know, the world's economy is actually crumbling, but it was this dog. It's adorable, but I just really wish we could be so much further ahead as a market if dumb stuff like this didn't happen. And without further ado, oh boy, let's move on. Next up, in news that we used to get a lot before, haven't gotten in about 2 years, and now here it is again. An Australian company hopes to dial down cross-border payment hassles and fees using XRP. Novati Group, a company focused on delivering innovative payment solution, has teamed up with Ripple to use XRPs called on-demand liquidity for instant cross-border payments. And here's the actual press release for it right here. It says, Novati taps ODL to improve Australian remittance payments to Southeast Asia. Years ago, this was like news every single day. That was always kind of one of the big question marks in my head as to why XRP hadn't gone higher years ago. Because every single day there was a new company or a new bank or a new remittance something who announced that they were going to be using XRP. We haven't gotten news about that in years. I assume more companies will be coming forward with this soon or relatively soonish. Yeah, so anyway, there's another company who's now officially going to be using XRP. I assume it won't have any movement on the price because, you know, when real things happen, the prices don't move. But when a nightclub in Miami announces they're going to be accepting Doge, it goes up by 300%. Anyway, that's the real world usage of XRP news. And let's move on. Next up, in a cool and then weird story, a public university in the Romanian city of Sibiu in Transylvania has said it will allow students to pay for their admission fees in crypto. I was like, cool, that sounds nice. According to an announcement from Lucien Blaga University of Sibiu on Wednesday, the institution plans to implement crypto payment methods for more than 11,000 students starting in July. Students will reportedly be able to pay for admission fees, roughly around $1,000 per year. That's kind of expensive. Normally tuition in Europe is like 200 per year or something like that, or no, 200 euros per semester. Anyway, they'll be able to pay for their tuition using Elrond Gold. Yeah, that's where I was like, oh, okay. But then it makes sense, which the university will then convert to the Romanian leu. I think that's how you say that. They said, our university has been and will continue to be a supporter of the community and local businesses. Sure, why not? So apparently what happened is Elrond is apparently actually in Transylvania. And I was like, oh, see, now it started to make a little bit more sense why they were accepting it. But I have a feeling not many people I don't think many people are going to be like, oh gosh, Coinbase, please have Elrond Gold so I can pay my tuition. Just say that you can pay in normal cryptocurrencies. Not that Elrond Gold is, you know what I'm talking about. It's just kind of nonsense. It's like, what was that thing years ago? There was some other company who announced, they were like, yeah, you can pay in this, you can pay in that. And I was like, no one knows those coins. And people were like, I know those coins. No one knew those coins. No. I would just pay the $1,000 in paper money as opposed to finding a cryptocurrency exchange. What? It's stupid. You have to find a cryptocurrency exchange that supports Elrond Gold, link it to your bank account or link it to some other, your card or whatever. It has to be linked. You have to send the money there, wait 2 days for the traditional banking system to get your Elrond Gold, and then send it to the university, which they then convert back into their paper currency. What am I missing? What am I not getting? Anyway, here's the actual press release for it right here. I can't read it, but alas, here it is. So, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. There's no why. Just don't. Just Elrond Gold. Yes, I would. Hello, I would like to pay for my tuition fees in Elrond Gold. See, it doesn't have the same ring as. Oh yeah, you can pay for it in Bitcoin. Anyway. That's the news I missed. And let's move on. Next up. According to Robinhood, the California-based broker saw its crypto user base grow to a new all-time high of 9.5 million people, up approximately 558% from the 1.7 million people in the previous quarter. It is abundantly clear that their popularity has skyrocketed because of GameStop and then because of cryptocurrencies. Robinhood began offering cryptocurrencies in 2018. Since then, its offerings have grown to include Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, Dogecoin, XRP, among others. I'm not sure how many coins they have on their platform, but you better believe when people are looking for a very easy way, people don't want to do anything crazy. They want to download an app and just start trading and kind of get into it. They've become incredibly popular. They're not without their controversial moments, if you kind of want to say that, like this one that also happened as well. So as people were trading quite fanatically, crazily, for Dogecoin on Robinhood, it kind of like broke down, fell down, shut down, had a power outage. The internet exploded. I'm not sure if you saw that. People were like, they're shutting it down because Dogecoin's going up. This is exactly what they did with GameStop. The news that we have is apparently Robinhood just couldn't take the actual number of people who were trying to access their platform at the exact same time. Because once again, Dogecoin popped up by 300% over the course of a 18, 19, 20 hour period. So I assume it was probably more than 500,000 people who were actively trying to buy Dogecoin at the exact same time. So it went under, if you will. And apparently it's back online right now, but just very weird. Not surprising. I think every single cryptocurrency company or any company dealing in crypto has probably seen a massive exponential spike in their amount of users. We had that news, I think, for the first time in 2018. When crypto went insane in 2017, we started getting the numbers from that year in 2018. And I think Coinbase was one of the largest ones. They were like, yeah, we got, I think, 10, 15, 20 million new users. I think every single, it was like month, or I don't know the exact time frame. Anyway, cool, wonderful. Not really much more to say on this because it's just, everyone's getting into crypto. It's no longer surprising. I think it's more surprising if anyone states that they're not getting into crypto, because it just makes them look out of date, out of touch, out of tune. I'll even say out of tune because it also makes a lot of sense. Anyway, that's the Robinhood news. And let's move on. Next up. All right. Here we go. In August 2020, Akon, that's this guy, announced his plans to build Akon City, a futuristic hub in his ancestral homeland. What? A futuristic hub in his ancestral homeland. He's not a ghost. Just say where he comes from. That will run on Akoin. Like it's called Akoin, as in Akoin, because his name is Akon. His cryptocurrency launched by the singer, envisioned as a sustainable smart city. Akon City has been pitched as a $6 billion residential and commercial property, complete with resorts, towering condos, recording studios, a stadium, and an e-commerce franchise. Sure, why not? Now, Akon, that guy, has announced his plans to launch a second cryptocurrency city in Uganda with the government support for its development. An NBS report revealed that Ugandan authorities would allocate land to Akon to set up the crypto city. I have a friend who likes this a lot. He likes the idea that people are building crypto cities and, the entire movement of it. I personally do not myself think this is going to make it. This is just a personal feeling. I can feel my friend's blood boiling in his wherever blood boils, simply because even if you look around here, it's the Uganda project is slated to be completed in 2036. That's about 900 years away from now. I know it's not 900 because I can count, but that's a very long way away. I do not think that in the year 2032, there will be anyone saying the name Akoin. I wholeheartedly expect it to either just be Bitcoin or Bitcoin and about 5 or 6 other coins that have like really made it. I just don't see it really happening. I hope that the crypto cities are still built and completed and are futuristic, and we have drones and self-driving cars and robots who are, dancing for us and also going grocery shopping and stuff like that. But yeah, so not that this was quite popular news, but when it does come out, people are usually talking about it. But let me know if I'm wrong, and I mean that wholeheartedly. If you think that something like this could do well, tell me why, because it's kind of like the Elrond Gold thing. There's about a 0% chance that people in Dubai, in South Africa, in Japan, in New York, in London, in Brazil are going to be like, oh, I should sell off all my Bitcoin to buy Elrond Gold. I just don't see a coin ever really being a thing. But then again, I've been wrong on many other things about life and crypto, so who knows? The point is, Akon City is, I don't know when the first one's being built, but the second one's being built in 2036. The coin is built on Stellar, so sure. All right, that's the Akon news, and let's move on. I want somebody to help me make sense of this world just so I can really, get myself together. A house in Kranzberg, Germany is being sold as a non-fungible token. They said this is probably another first in the crypto world. I'm selling my real-world house as an NFT, the seller wrote on OpenSea. NFT is being sold as an auction on OpenSea with a minimum reserve price of 34 Ether at 74,000 US dollars. The auction finishes on the 25th of April. NFTs are cryptographically unique. So here's the actual I don't know why it's messing up now. I don't really care. Here's the actual house right here. The first real house selling via NFT. So I read through the entire thing, obviously, and apparently they're selling the digital images of the house as an NFT, and whoever wins the digital images can then meet the actual owner in person, and then they sign a contract and he gives them the actual house. That's what I have understood from the entire thing. So you're apparently buying this actual house. It doesn't look too bad. There are certain walls that clearly need, some renovation done, but sure. So when I first read it, I really thought it was like you are buying these images as an NFT for $74,000. But that also makes a lot of sense as well. It almost even now bear with me, it almost even seems undervalued if you talk about a $70 million JPEG. So anyway, so somebody's selling their house for NFT Ethereum. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, the point is, sure, why not? I hope you make tons of monies, because that's just how the world kind of is right now. Next up, a set of non-fungible tokens will be issued by the United States leading trading card maker Topps in partnership with Major League Baseball and MLB Players Incorporated. How did he throw the ball like that? What is happening? I feel like the swing that he made would not have... Why is the guy behind him? He threw the ball. It was a curve. He swung backwards with the bat in the... Topps flagship annual baseball card collection, now to circulate in NFT form, reflects the company's pivot towards a digital transition and awareness of the growing and significant appeal of blockchain-based... They want to make money. It's not that they're like, oh, this is the new thing, and so this is the way the world know. They know that there's a huge amount of money to be made, and if they can make money physically from their baseball cards, because sports cards, once again, are still a very big market, imagine being able to also make them digital. You can make twice as much money. Surprise! To help bridge between the traditional and digital worlds of collecting, artwork from the physical versions of this year's Topps Series release will be reimagined and enhanced for the officially licensed Topps MLB NFT set. So I don't think this is bad. I was talking about this before. I like more realistic prices when it comes to NFTs. I think that people will always collect things. I don't think that's going to stop even when we move to a completely digital world. I think people will love the idea of having digital collectibles. It's just that when you start offering stuff for like $5,000 or $75,000 for one image, it's kind of just not there. So I dug around because I couldn't find any links inside this actual thing. So I went to the Topps website and found, it says Topps debuts its first MLB baseball card NFT collection with Topps Series 1 baseball launch. And then I found the actual thing inside the thing on another link. And here they are right here. So this is what they're going to look like, apparently. It says, own a piece of America's pastime. And they want you to create a wallet on Wax. This is not affiliated. I'm not partnered with them. I'm not making any money off of this. I legitimately think it's actually quite interesting because I think that these are the NFTs that are going to actually hold their value. It's things that don't start at $800,000 and you're expected to resell it for $40 million. I think it's the things that you get for $1, $2, $3, $4 that 15 years down the line, people will go, hey, I think that's actually worth 15,000 Satoshis, if you see what I did there, in the future and stuff like that. They have 2 sets of packs. I kind of want to get them, but then I'm also like, does anyone else have this problem? I know I must not be the only one. Where you just kind of don't spend money because you just only want to invest in crypto. I can't be the only one. Like, I spend money on food, got it, because I got to eat. But if I didn't have to eat, I wouldn't be spending money on food. But it's kind of like I never want to put my money into anything else because I exclusively want to put it into the cryptocurrency market, not into NFTs per se. $5 a pack isn't too bad. I feel like if I got like 10 packs, it could be kind of fun to see what I get. They have commons, uncommons. I'm not sure why I'm showing you all this. I want to talk to all of you. I want to have this conversation with all of you just so I know that I'm not going completely insane. Commons, uncommons, rares, super rares, and epics. And then there's like $100 pack. And that's where I kind of get like, okay, it says it comes with 45 cards, 9, 5, 6, 30, 5. I guess it's kind of worth it if you want to. I'm not really. You have a higher chance of getting like crazier, amazinger cards. So it goes a step further and it goes from epic to epic exclusive and then legendary exclusive, which you have almost no chance of actually getting. It's a 0.04%. It is higher than what banks offer you in your checking account. So I guess that's kind of something. And I think they have here the actual images of the cards, the commons, the uncommons, the rares. Oh, that's sparkly. That's nice of them. The super rare, the epic exclusive, which is weird word. Another epic exclusive, which is giving me a headache because of the little bubbles flying by. Legendary exclusive, Braves exclusive. Oh, legendary exclusive as well, and also event exclusive. Anyway, I think it's kind of cool. I'd like to start getting into these at some point. I love collecting things. Don't know if I told you that before. I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards, and I still collect comics because it's just an obsession at this point. I can't get away from it. Anyway, yeah, so that's the top snooze, if you will. I assume every single type of collectible will at some point have an NFT. It's kind of the same exact thing for certain comic books. Like in the very last page of the comic, there's usually like a bar scan code thing that you can scan, and you can read the issue digitally, which, you know, is also a thing. Anyway, that's the baseball card news, and let's move on. Sure, why not? The Simpsons recently had an episode where they spoke about Bitcoin. In Sunday's episode of the 31 years, like the oldest TV show in the entire world, titled Burger Kings, the characters get into financial markets for stocks of a new burger chain created by Mr. Burns. When Marge is checking out her gains during an episode of Crazy Cash, a parody of Mad Money, it shows the price of Bitcoin as infinity. Other comedic predictions include the value of the United States dropping by 1/4 point, GameStop stock rising by $1 trillion, and Tesla, it says, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. And here's the image right here, and people went crazy because it says the word Bitcoin. It's kind of cool. And once everyone knows what Bitcoin is, it's no longer like a fringe or a fad kind of thing. Like everyone knows what Bitcoin is. My grandmother knows what Bitcoin is. So cool. We were on the Simpsons. We were on the Simpsons and many other thousands of other shows. Yeah, I guess that's the news. Yeah, see, it's like, yeah, of course we were. The Simpsons has been doing stuff like that for infinity. Like every single time there's like a new thing, they always discuss it because they're the Simpsons. That's why they've been on for 95 years. Anyway, that's the crazy cash man staring at us news. All right. And to finish things off, it says Bitcoin continues to creep into professional soccer as getting annoyed now. As Southampton Football Club signed a 3-year deal with Coin Gaming Group to be the club's main partner, which will see Sportsbet.io remain its jersey sponsor. That was a weird sentence. So, because, a lot of this is also written quite weirdly. The news is that the players on that team will be able to receive their bonuses in Bitcoin. It says, to put it into perspective, the Saint Star striker Danny Ings made $5.3 million last year. If his bonus gets paid in Bitcoin, he's getting 195,000 pounds or $268,000 in Bitcoin. All 24 players on the team will be eligible to receive Bitcoin as their bonus. It's 5%. I assume they're all going to do it. No, there's always one player. You know, there's always that one friend in the group who's like, I won't do it. And then years later, they end up looking interesting because they didn't realize what was actually taking place. Here's the actual press release for it right here. This is going to happen everywhere. I told you this months ago. the ball has already begun rolling, because what's happening is now they all realize that someone else's team is also going to be paid in crypto, and they're like, I want the exact same thing. Nobody wants to be left behind. I'm telling you, in about 2 years, every single major sports star in any professional capacity is going to be paid in Bitcoin. I can feel it. And that's also going to spike the price, because these people are going to be accumulating huge amounts of Bitcoin as well. Anyway, that's the football kicking, people running outfits news. Yeah, the market has begun to recover. Thank the goodness. Bitcoin is currently up by 1.7%. It is at 62,313. Look at that. US dollars. Ethereum is up by 1.5%. Binance coin is up by 2.4%. Doge is still up by 19%, but the hype has begun to settle a kind of bit. I'm pretty sure it hit 45 cents. Is now at 32 cents. Polkadot is up by 2.6%. Litecoin is also up by 16.5%, and I couldn't really figure out why. There wasn't any real Litecoin news. All I can think of is that we are near the time where we're supposed to be getting that Litecoin upgrade with Mimblewimble, and I believe there was another one as well for Litecoin to have private transactions. So I assume that's somewhere in the neck of the woods as well. VeChain Thor is up by 36%. Tron is up by 11.99%. EOS is up by 11. Also, no EOS news. EOS about 4 weeks ago was, I think, $2.20. Every single day it's been pumping. It's up 11.88% right now. All I can think of is that behind the scenes somewhere, assumption. Something must be happening with EOS. We have heard nothing from the EOS team. It's been about a good year and a half at this point. Something must be taking place where someone's accumulating, because this has been a consistent rise in price with no actual reasoning as to why it's happening. IOTA is up by 13%. Also, no real IOTA news. Except we had something that was like 2 weeks ago. I think they're revamping something or redoing something, and I think they have like a quarter-side thing happen. Okay, the market just shifted a little bit. Neo is up by 24%. Also, no Neo news. Ever? When was the last time you heard me say Neo? Except for at the end of a video where I'm like, oh, Neo's up by 4%. Crypto chain token chain is up by 7%. BitTorrent token is up by 15%. That's clear manipulation. There's no reason no one's actually using that. Monero is up by 9%. Aave is up by 2.6%. Ethereum Classic is up by 45% as well. Shrug, not really sure why. NEM is up by 19%. Also shrug. Dash is up by 18%. Are the other privacy coins also up as well? Dash. Monero's up. Where were some of the other ones? I don't think any of the other ones are in the top 10 anymore. No, Stellar's not one. BSV, Tezos. Dash. Weird. Okay, Zcash is also up by 15%. So something must be happening. It could now. We've had news like this before, and this is once again an assumption, because I just assuming. We've gotten news before that there were other countries who attempted to ban or were talking about banning cryptocurrencies, and coins that had private transactions began to spike. As I assume, within that country, people were like, hey, that exists, let's start using it. So that is an assumption. What else is there? PancakeSwap is up by 7%. Rune, Chain Thor, Chain Rune is up by 13%. Maker is up by 2.9%. Hollow Chain is up by 9%. Zcash is up by 15%. And Decred is up by 15.5% as well. Fantasticals. Yeah, I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening. Wherever you are, wherever you might be, I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.